Okay, I had my Paper Mario Color Splash video where I was calm and collected and stayed relatively polite. But now that I did some research and started doing some reading around, I'm absolutely fucking livid. So the reason why this game is gonna suck is for one simple reason. Shigeru Miyamoto is producing it. Now, Shigeru Miyamoto is an incredible game designer, and nobody should ever underplay the contributions he's made to the gaming industry. But when it comes to RPG games, this guy cannot do jack shit. And what am I even saying RPG games for? You heard what Bill Trinan said in the trailer. They referred to this game as an action-adventure game, and that's not what Paper Mario is. Paper Mario is an RPG series, but Shigeru Miyamoto is having it turned into an action-adventure series, and that's not right. In fact, I saw this comment left on a video titled Paper Mario Color Splash Reaction (Rage). I'll link to this one in the description. And somebody called Super Mario T left a comment that absolutely hit the nail on the head. He said, "Miyamoto, stay the fuck away from Paper Mario." If you're unaware, Miyamoto was the producer behind Sticker Star. He made the decisions to strip away the partners, the unique, charming, and distinct side characters, the memorable and unique settings, the creative and unique story, an RPG-like battle system, plot, settings, character, personality, and gameplay. The main components that made Paper Mario so good back in the day. Super Paper Mario cut the gameplay in half, but the RPG and story and everything was for the most part still there. Sticker Star took away all of that, and Color Splash is following suit, and it's all thanks to Miyamoto, the man who gave Paper Mario the Mario Party syndrome. And yes, this comment here pretty much hit the nail right on the head. Paper Mario's getting shit on, and you know the worst part? This is Nintendo we're talking about. They don't listen to criticism and actually follow what the fans want. So when this game absolutely flops in reviews and doesn't sell well, they're not gonna listen to fans and give us another Thousand Year Door-esque title. No, Nintendo's gonna fucking cancel the series essentially and ignore it until they decide to just make a game in the future. Look what happened to Star Fox. When Star Fox Adventures on the GameCube got, negatively received, what happened? We didn't get a new Star Fox game for 13 years. I mean, heck, if you're counting Star Fox 64 as being like a regular series title and not some stupid gimmicky spin-off, it was even longer than that. Look at the most recent Metroid Prime game, or the Metroid main game in the series. That came out back in 2008, and we still are not getting any news of a main series title featuring Samus. Sure, we're getting Federation Force. That game deserves its own video, but I'm not making one on that because I'm not really a huge Metroid fan. But I can sympathize with the Metroid fans. Sticker Star actually did pretty well in terms of sales and reviews because people saw the initial trailers and they saw the return of turn-based combat and got excited and thought, hey, look, they listened to the fans. They're not doing another Super Paper Mario, which had more of a platforming, no turn-based style, and they're giving us a traditional Paper Mario game again, on the go. And as a standalone game, Paper Mario Sticker Star actually wasn't that bad, which is why it reviewed well, and the excitement behind it was why it sold well. And you know something? Color Splash is probably going to be the same way. It's not going to get received well, definitely not. But it's still not going to be a bad game. It's actually probably going to be quite fun. But instead of us getting all the Paper Mario elements we love so much, we're going to get a generic fucking action-adventure game with no memorable characters, all pretty much generic fucking soulless, characterless paper toads, and a few other side characters. No RPG elements, so instead we're just going to get handed better moves that are consumable as the game goes on, so there's no goddamn reason to go into battle. No unique environments, we're all getting generic Mario environments instead of the unique ones we've got so far. And notice how I keep using the word unique? That's because the Paper Mario games actually did stuff with Mario that the main series games could never get away with. How often have you seen a compelling story in a main series Mario game? The ending of Super Paper Mario was an absolute tearjerker, and the main story of the game was incredible. That game would not have been anywhere near as good as it was if it wasn't for the characters and the story. And to be honest, that's the main draw of RPG games, including Paper Mario games. We want to follow through a story, see what's going to happen, and develop our character as the story goes. All of these elements I've discussed in this video are the reasons why Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door is my favorite game of all time. That game had amazing, memorable settings, like, for example, Chapter 3 Glitzville, which was a floating city that hosted fighting tournaments that you had to solve a murder mystery, basically. Like an actual murder mystery that ended up being a Disney death, but whatever. Or Chapter 6, the Excess Express chapter, which also coincidentally had a mystery, but that one was just awesome. The Smorg attack at the end, it's just so good. Awesome characters like Professor Frankly, a compelling story that ended up uncovering, well, I'm not going to spoil it, even for people who should have played this game a long time ago. And listen, I know what all you crazy fanboys are gonna say to me.
Oh, Nintendo should always try new things. They shouldn't stick to the same formula over and over again. Or, hey Jake, you brought up in your Animal Crossing video that change is the only way to keep a series from going stale.
And yes, you're right. But what we need are to keep the fundamentals that we know and love about the series and improve upon those. We don't take away the fundamentals that make us love a series. That would ruin the game. For example, let's say Xenoblade Chronicles, like a new Xenoblade Chronicles comes out, but instead of us having a giant open world to explore and follow a story through, instead we have to just go through linear levels. And on top of that, let's get rid of this like compelling characters in the story too and just kind of give a generic plot. That basically is what is happening to Paper Mario right now, is it's being stripped of its fundamentals and being changed completely. Now, if they kept the RPG elements, gave us memorable settings, gave us memorable characters, gave us all the charming stuff that made Paper Mario so awesome in the past, but also did this, like, paint hammer stuff on top of it, that would be fine. It would be fine to improve upon the series the way the Thousand Year Door improved on the original Paper Mario, give us new things that we would absolutely love. But until Paper Mario gets its fundamentals back and we get another game in the vein of Thousand Year Door, this series is dead to me.